Good Sunday morning, everybody. Sunday with Spirit. I hope everybody has a good holiday sugar rush on. Hangover, I guess. Sugar hangover. Anyway, for the people that are new to this Sunday with Spirit, this is not a political reading. This try to steer away from the politics of it, which is hard today because we in the United States are voting for a new president. Hopefully new. Now you see, I just went political. Anyway, but we struggle. I mean, there's a lot of people on this channel, and I am struggling with how to heal, how to get my soul back from the last year, the last 6 months of politics, talking politics, having different views come back and forth, and just people just smacking you around verbally, hopefully, about what you believe in. And it's like, can't even go and talk to people if they hold different views than you. It's sad. So how do we get back to that? So this is when I was shuffling and pulling out these decks. The bottom of my Mystical Shaman Oracle deck had soul retrieval, soul retrieval. And so I thought, that's what I want to talk about. How do we retrieve our soul from this divisiveness that we have? And so this is kind of an interesting spread. I made it up. It's not in any book, and it probably shouldn't be in any book. So here's the Enchanted Map, Mystical Shaman, and the Good Tarot. These two are going to give us, I don't know, not what we should be doing, but things to think about. This is going to be the challenge that we have to overcome. And maybe they all blend in together. I'm not really sure. But anyway, they look cool, don't they? All right, so let's see what we have here. Magical Map Shifter. This is the very first time that I've pulled this card. Mystical Map Shifter. He's juggling, balancing a lot of different energies. There's a heart, there's a book, feather, there's a bug, fish, child's toy. Had to cough, sorry. And he's blindfolded. So he's juggling all these things without really seeing what they are. And the moon in reversed. As we go through the different phases of the moon, water moves in and out, flows in and out. And since we're made up mostly of water, we're flowing, and it's an unseen force. We don't really see it. But we are juggling our emotions as this magical map shifter is juggling things that may or may not be real, but they're real in this picture. And so just know that as from one day to the next, things are going to be shifting, as they should. And our challenge is the hermit. The hermit. So the hermit shines light, is solitary, is by themselves. And so I think that what this is saying that the challenge of all these changes is not to be the hermit, but to get out there and be part of this magical map shifter and the tides that go with the phases of the moon. But it's interesting because you get out there, and if you're not balanced, then you're going to piss somebody off and they're going to start yelling, and that is not how to retrieve our soul. At least in my opinion. I don't want it. So we have the deep freeze, which is the lion just waiting for the thaw. He's got his he's got his paw in the water. Just dipping its claw into the emotionalness of it. So he's not jumping in, he's just sticking his claw, and water is emotion. And then we have Holy Mountain reversed. So we want to get to this peak, to this pinnacle of having our souls back and in balance. And it's a tough mountain to get up there, but it's a holy mountain. And we feel really good once we get there and we get to go or whatever we do. But it's in medicine position. So we have to figure out, how do we get out of this deep freeze to the top of this holy mountain? And from this card, it says, just dip your claw into it. Nothing more. Just your paw. The claws are retracted, so I shouldn't say claw. And it's being challenged by the Ace of Air. Now the Ace of Air in traditional decks is new truths, a new way of seeing the light, I guess. And in this deck, it's all about taking flight. So deep freeze, holy mountain in medicine position is being challenged. The challenge is the Ace of Air. And it goes back to the hermit, I think. And back to the deep freeze. We need to take our time with this. It's not something that we can just jump off and do. We have to wait for the moon to get right side up so that we know when it is that we can come out of the hermit's doors, I guess. Rock bottom in medicine position and the ancient ones. Rock bottom in reversed, I should say. Oops, sorry. Rock bottom in reversed. It looks like rock bottom right side up, but it's rock bottom in reversed. So when we're here in this path, feeling like we're in rock bottom, what I look at is taking a break from the path and laying on the grass. Wouldn't that be good? Just take a break, lay on the grass, take a little snooze. But we may think we're on rock bottom. But that's the top. So if we're walking here, what we think is rock bottom is not at all. It's just a path that we need to walk on. It's just a path. And it's windy. And if you want to take a break, take a break. lay on the grass. But it really feels like it's rock bottom, but it's actually rock top. And then we have the ancient ones in medicine position in reverse. So here's the ancient ones. These are the people that have gone before, that have seen everything, that have the wisdom that we don't necessarily have. As I get older, I am a lot less prone to flying off the handle. I go, well, it's not really going to affect me that much. I see where this is going. If I fly off the handle here, how is that going to benefit me down the road? So I have a little more patience, I guess, than I did when I was 22. And the 22-year-old energy that I had, very rebellious, and that served a purpose. But today, I couldn't pull off that energy at all. And in this reading, what this is saying is look at the bigger picture of this and how we fit into it. Not so much day by day, but look at the whole life of what we're going through and how does it fit in to getting our soul back. And it's being challenged by the Four of Earth. In traditional decks, that's Four of Pentacles, hanging on to things, kind of like the Hermit, hanging on to things too tight. But this one, in this card, she's a giver. But it's not a big gift. It's not a big boom. It's almost, you almost don't even see that she's giving us anything, that her hands are out. It's so subtle. You just kind of walk by her and then you stop and turn and you go, oh, were you giving me something? So for me, when I'm looking at this spread, how do you get a soul retrieval? How do we get our soul back? Is to understand that things are going to happen that we may or may not like. We can't stop the changing, the tides from going in and out because of the moon. This magical map shifter will change things. It'll always be dynamic. It'll always be changing. We can hang out and watch it as the Hermit shines some light on some things. But just at this point in time, we're not at the top of the holy mountain. We're getting there. So just step by step, little by little, we're going to come out of this deep freeze. But we know where we're going with this Ace of Air. We're going up to the top of the mountain. So we have to keep this in our minds as we struggle with this. That's the challenge, to keep that image of truth and flying to the top of the holy mountain in our minds. Don't forget to be generous. Don't think that this is rock bottom. It may look like it, but this card's upside down. And we have our ancient ones that we are not looking at. The whole time continuum. To the ancient ones, this is probably a blink of their eye. To us, it's not. And then the Four of Earth, gifts. Watch out. Be aware of the gifts that are coming to us and accept them. All right, you all. Thank you for hanging with me on this Sunday with Spirit. I really like this time. And it surprises me that I do. But I really love this time so much. So, thank you for being with me. I appreciate that so much as well. Because it wouldn't be the same, me just doing it here. So I'm thinking about all you guys in the Ace of Air, getting to the Holy Mountain. And this map shifter, he's really cool. He's really cool. Even though he's got his blind fold on, he gets to feel and juggle all these things. It's such a cool card, cool image. What are we juggling blindly? He's got to have an intention. Here comes another one. Here comes another one. He's got to have that intention. Anyway, I'm yakking. Thank you again. Peace and love.